Jai Ho.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Hare Krishna. Today we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 12. The dynasty of Kusha, the son of Lord Ramachandra. So, a summary of the chapter has been told by Srila Prabhupada. I think it's a good idea to read that first, and then I will read text 1 to 5, and then we'll take 6 together, because that's where the purport is. So it'll be quite some reading. Okay, chapter 12, the dynasty of Kusha, the son of Lord Ramachandra. This chapter describes the dynasty of Kusha, the son of Lord Ramachandra. The members of this dynasty are descendants of Shashada, the son of Maharaj Ikshvaku. Following in the genealogical table of Lord Ramachandra's dynasty, Kusha, the Lord's son, was followed consecutively by Atiti, Nishada, Nabha, Pundarika, Kshemadvana, Devanika, Aniha, Pariyatra, Balastala, Vajranaba, Sagana, and Vidriti. These personalities ruled the world. From Vidriti came Hiranyanaba, who later became the disciple of Jaimini and propounded the system of mystic yoga in which Yagyavalkya was initiated. Following in this dynasty were Pushpa, Dhruva Sandhi, Sudarshan, Agnivarna, Shingra, and Maru. Maru attained full perfection in the practice of yoga, and he still lives in the village of Kalapa. At the end of this age of Kali, he will revive the dynasty of the Sun God. Next in the dynasty were Prasushruta, Sandhi, Amarshana, Mahasvan, Vishvabahu, Prasenajit, Takshaka, and Brihadbala, who was later killed by Abhimanyu. Shukadeva Goswami said that there were all kings who had passed away. The future descendants of Brihadbala will be Brihadrana, Urukriya, Vatsavrida, Prativyoma, Bhanu, Divaka, Sahadev, Brihadashva, Bhanuman, Pratikashva, Supratika, Marudeva, Sunakshatra, Pushkara, Antariksha, Sutapa, Amitrajit, Brihadraj, Barhi, Kritanjana, Rananjana, Sanjaya, Shakya, Shudhola, Langala, Prasenajit, Kshudraka, Ranaka, Surata, and Sumitra. All of them will become kings, one after another. Sumitra, coming in this age of Kali, will be the last king in the Ikshvaku dynasty. After him, the dynasty will be extinguished. Yes, so remember all these names. It's very important. Yeah, no pressure. Vajranaba, who is listed here, he was Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying that he was born out of a sun rays. That's a special birth. Okay, so I will read the text 1 to 5 myself.
Hello.
Sanskrit and translation. Yes.
Can you just remember me again the chapter and canto?
Chapter 12. Canto 9.
Verse 1, right?
Yes, verse 1 to 6. Shishukovacha Kushyasya Katitis Tasman Nishadas Tatsuto Nava Pundariko Tatat Putra Shemadhan Bhavat Tata. Shukadeva Goswami said, the son of Lord Ramachandra was Kusha, the son of Kusha was Atiti, the son of Atiti was Nishada, and the son of Nishada was Nabha. The son of Naba was Pundarika, and from Pundarika came a son named Kshemadhanva. Devanitas tato nidha pariyatro tatatsuta tato palastalas tasmad varjanaborika sambhava. The son of Kshemadhanva was Devanika. Devanika's son was Aniha. Aniha's son was Pariyatra, and Pariyatra's son was Balastala. The son of Balastala was Varjanaba, who was said to have been born from the effulgence of the sun god. Saganas tatsutas tasmad vidritish shabhavatsuta tato hiranyanabo bud yogacharyas tu jaimine shishas kaushalya adyatman yagyavalkyo yagadyata yogam mahodayam rishir riddhaya granti vedakam. The son of Varjanaba was Sagana, and his son was Vidriti. The son of Vidriti was Hiranyanaba, who became a disciple of Jaimini and became a great acharya of mystic yoga. It is from Hiranyanaba that the great saint Yagyavalkya learned the highly elevated system of mystic yoga known as Adhyatma Yoga, which can loosen the knots of material attachments in the heart. Pushpo Hiranyanabhasya Dhruva Sandhistato Bhavat Sudarshano Tagni Varnaha Shigrastasya Marustu Sutta. The son of Hiranyanaba was Pushpa, and the son of Pushpa was Dhruva Sandhi. The son of Dhruva Sandhi was Sudarshana, whose son was Agnivarna. The son of Agnivarna was named Shigra, and his son was Maru. Okay, so this verse we take together. So sa aste yoga siddha. Yes, verse 6. Do we have it? No, we don't have it on the screen. No one arranged it, okay? Thanks to...
You can call
Did you find it? It should be in Canto 9, chapter 12, and number 6.
I thought all the time that it was on the screen, so I thought, yeah, everyone will follow. Okay. Everyone have their respective gadgets to find the verse. Yes, so we are on the 9, 12, 6.
Yeah, no. Is it the source of the yoga? This one?
What is it?
Okay, merci.
Do you have it?
Yes.
So sal aste yoga siddha.
Sasavaste yuga siddha.
So sal aste yoga siddha.
Sasavaste yuga siddha.
Kalapa gramam astita.
Kalapa gramam astita.
Kalapa gramam astita.
Kalapa gramam astita.
Kaler ante surya vamsam.
Kalerante suryavamsam.
Kaler ante surya vamsam.
Kalerante suryavamsam.
Nashtam bhavaita puna.
Nashtam bhakita puna.
Nashtam bhavaita puna.
Nashtam bhavita puna.
So salasti yoga siddha.
Sasavaste yuga siddha.
Kalapa gramam astita.
Kalapa gramam astita.
Kaler ante surya vamsam.
Kalerante suryavamsam.
Nashtam bhavaita puna.
Nashtam bhavita puna.
So salasti yoga siddha.
Sasavaste yuga siddha.
Kalapa gramam astita.
Kalapa gramam astita.
Kaler ante surya vamsam.
Kalerante suryavamsam.
Nashtam bhavaita puna.
Nashtam bhavita puna.
Yes.
Sasavaste yuga siddha.
So savaste yoga siddha.
Kalapa gramam astita.
Kalapa gramam astita.
Kalerante suryavamsam.
Kalerante surya vamsam.
Nashtam tapuna.
Nashtam bhavayata puna.
Sosavaste yoga siddha.
Sosavaste yuga siddha.
Kalpagramam astita.
Kalapagramam astita.
Kalerante suryavansam.
Kalerante suryavamsam.
Nastam bhagavata puna.
Nashtam bhavayata puna. Oh, okay, listen. Okay.
Sosavaste yoga siddha.
Sosavaste yuga siddha.
Kalapagramam astita.
Kalapagramam astita.
Kalerante suryavamsam.
Kalerante suryavamsam.
Nashtam bhavyata puna.
Nashtam bhavayata puna. Okay, yeah. Sure. Okay, we take word for word. Saha,
Saha,
he.
he.
Also, the personality known as Maru.
The personality known as Maru.
Aste, still existing.
Still existing.
Yoga Siddhaha,
Yoga siddha.
perfection in the power of mystic yoga.
Perfection in the power of mystic yoga.
Kalapagramam,
Kalapagramam.
the place named Kalapagramam.
The place named Kalapagramam.
Astitaha,
Astita.
he is still living there.
He is still living here.
Kalehe,
Kalehe.
of this Kali Yuga.
Of this Kali Yuga.
Ante,
Ante.
at the end.
At the end.
Suryavamsam,
Suryavamsam.
the descendants of the sun god.
The descendants of sun god.
Nashtam,
Nashtam.
after being lost.
After being lost.
Bhavaita,
Bhavaita.
Maru will begin by begetting a son.
Maru will begin by begetting a son.
Punaha,
Punaha.
again.
Again.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada.
Yeah.
Having achieved perfection in the power of mystic yoga, Maru still lives in a place known as Kalapagram. At the end of Kali Yuga, he will revive the lost Surya dynasty by begetting a son. Purport. Is this disturbing for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is the door is open, I guess.
Yeah, but there's no.
Yeah, okay. I just remove it. It's very loud here.
No.
Now we should not hear anything. And we hear nothing. Excellent. Okay. Purport. At least 5,000 years ago, Srila Shukadeva Goswami ascertained the existence of Maru in Kalapagram and said that Maru, having achieved a Yoga Siddha body, would continue to exist until the end of Kali Yuga, which is calculated to continue for 432,000 years. Such is the perfection of mystic yoga. By controlling the breath, the perfect yogi can continue his life for as long as he likes. Sometimes we hear from the Vedic literature that some personalities from the Vedic age, such as Vyasadeva and Ashwatthama, are still living. Here we understand that Maru is also still living. We are sometimes surprised that a mortal body can live for such a long time. The explanation of this longevity is given here by the word Yoga Siddha. If one becomes perfect in a practice of yoga, he can live as long as he likes. The demonstration of some triffing Yoga Siddha does not constitute perfection. Here is a factual example of perfection. A Yoga Siddha can live as long as he likes. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Karamayam Dadate Svagadam Vandeyam Shri Guru Shri Uttappada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Prajanat Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakavatam Sja Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Charine Nirvishesha Shunyavani Pastatya Deshakarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Savaste Yoga Siddha Kalapa Grama Mastita Kalerante Suyavamsam Nashtam Bhagaita Puna. Having achieved perfection in the power of mystic yoga, Madhu still lives in a place known as Kalapagrama. At the end of Kali Yuga, he will revive the lost Surya dynasty by begetting a son. Okay, so here we have the genealogical table of Kusha, the son of Lord Ramachandra, the Surya dynasty. Seeing that Dharma will continue after the rule of Lord Ramachandra, who was the perfect example of Dharma. That's what kingdoms are for. They are there to uphold Dharma through time, place, and circumstance. So we will see here, as we read, the San dynasty will disappear at some point and will be revived. What does this mean for us as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, who are not rulers by any means? We are just simple devotees trying to perfect our lives through Bhakti Yoga, reviving our lost relationship with the Supreme. While dynasties will come and go, the parampara will live on. That's what we can take from this. So many dynasties will disappear, come and go. As we see in modern times, societies, civilizations have come and gone. India still is here, but if you go more to the east, there has been people, civilizations who have been buried by time underneath the sands. And now we dig them up and we start to excavate these lost civilizations and their cultures. So it's natural in the material world. It's just how it works. But the parampara of the Supreme Lord will live on. As we know, we have the Brahma Sampradaya, which we are coming from. Madhvacharya is the chief acharya of the Brahma Sampradaya. We have Nimbarkacharya, who was the head of the Kumara Sampradaya. Vishnu Swami was the head of the Shiva Sampradaya, or Rudra Sampradaya as it's called. And we have the glorious Shri Vaishnavas, who are still there in Tamil Nadu, gloriously continuing their lines. So, despite dynasties, the spiritual parampara is going on, and this is what we should focus on. That the Surya dynasty will be revived at some point. That's great, but that will be at the end of Kali Yuga, and hopefully, none of us are still here. We should not be here at the end of Kali Yuga. If you're still here at the end of Kali Yuga, you have been really slacking with your practice. Then, I don't know, you must be chanting one mantra per day or something. No, we should make it. We should make it at this life. Prabhupada said we should. Yeah. And when it comes to mystic yoga, though Bhaktivinoda Thakur has not commented on these shlokas directly, but his view is that these yoga siddhi perfections are not relevant for us unless we use them in the service of Krishna. Yoga perfections are material perfections. They have nothing to do with devotion, but you can use them in devotional service. Prabhupada said that devotees of Krishna have mystic powers, but they don't use them because it would create quite a drama. But we could see some mystic powers in Prabhupada, how he could read the minds of the people or his disciples. The disciples would think something, and then Prabhupada would directly ask a question or make a comment that would have something to do with the thoughts of the disciples. And also, Prabhupada has had this amazing ability to make people pay obeisances to him. We also have one occasion where Prabhupada, I don't remember, this was in the States somewhere. It was, now he's a Swami, but before that he was it Bhadri Narayana Prabhu? Now it's Bhadri Narayana Swami. He, in a Prabhupada memory, he recalled that before they came to a temple, you had to go through a road with the fences on the sides, and they were walking on the side of the road because I guess the cars were going in the middle. But in Rana, then Prabhu, he recalled that devotees go on this road like every day. But for the first time, they could see that deers had assembled on the side of the roads when Prabhupada was there, walking on that road, and there are deer, so they're following him. And this would happen every time he would walk on that road; they would follow him. But this never happened before. When Prabhupada was not there, there were no deer there. But when Prabhupada was there, they followed him. And then there was this occasion. I don't remember the name of the brahmachari at that time, but he recalled that he invited his father to visit the temple, and his father was like the head of the San Francisco Symphony Orchestra, like very high position, very respected, very nicely dressed gentleman. This brahmachari, he wanted to invite his father to see Prabhupada and to see the temple. So he was so excited that he's joined this movement. He was so happy. His father was not at all impressed. He was very disappointed at his son choosing this path in life. So this boy really had to work hard to convince him to come. No, you have to meet my spiritual master. He said, why should I meet this Indian man? What can he give? What does he have? But anyway, the boy was persistent, and eventually the father gave in, and he agreed to visit. So I don't remember if it was a Sunday feast or regular day, but anyway, the temple was packed, full of devotees, chanting, dancing. It was ecstatic. So they came to the temple, and as they take off their shoes, this man did not take off his shoes. He did not say anything. Why should I take off my shoes? I don't care about it. I don't care about this. Anyway, so the devotees were dancing, chanting. Everyone was in ecstasy, and so of course the father did not dance or anything. But then the Prabhupada came to the door opened, and there was Prabhupada, aristocratically standing there as he usually does. And the kirtan stops, and everyone just falls on the floor paying obeisances, except for this man. And he was dressed in suit and tie, very respectful. And everyone was dressed in their dhoti, kurta, and the ladies had a sari. It's very traditional dress. But he had his suit and tie, and he did not move. He stood there. So everyone paid their obeisances. Then Prabhupada walked into the temple room, smiling, and he looked at all the devotees. Then he came to this man who was standing, and the boy, he got up there, and the Prabhupada could see on the face, he could see the resemblance. So Prabhupada, he just stood there, and he just smiled, and he looked at this man, just straight in the eye, and the man just poof, down on the floor. He bowed down like that. And so he got up again, and Prabhupada just smiled, and then he continued. So some time after that, it was some years after, this boy, he asked his father, like, what made you pay obeisance? What happened? And his father answered so beautifully. He said, "This man commanded my respect." This man commanded my respect. You see? It's amazing just by looking at him. Because of Prabhupada's incredible purity, he just commands respect and makes people pay obeisances. So this is the quality of the Acharya. So Prabhupada is the latest Acharya in carrying on the parampara, which is beyond dynasties, of the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So we could, is this a yoga siddhi? Is this a yoga siddha power? Yeah, why not? Not everyone can do that. Just because making someone fall down and bow down to someone, you see here in the West, it's a big thing to bow down to someone. No one does that. Now the how do we bow down? Yeah, we maybe ask for an autograph. That's how we show. Can you sign this piece of paper or something? You know, if we meet someone whom we look up to. Yeah, we want to take a photo with a guy. You know, that's our obeisances. But it's never a gesture of like, I bow down to you because you are a great personality. That doesn't happen. In the Western world, we appreciate people for their skills and for their fame and for their influence, whether they are actors or musicians. It's all about the skills. But here, Prabhupada, he made someone fall down because of his character, because of his qualities. So it's such a difference. So Prabhupada is that man with the yoga siddhis, but he doesn't like show them. He has them, but they are affecting people, whether we see it or not. So Prabhupada is the latest one in this great supreme rescue mission, which the dynasties also take care of. A rescue mission. Yeah, we can call it rescue mission. Because there are rescue missions all over the world. They are called worldly organizations that are trying to help humanity or planet Earth in its different aspects. Whether we have Greenpeace is one of them. They're working with the environment. UNICEF, trying to help people in the Middle East. What is the other organization with the panda with the green background? What is that? You know that? Is this a worldly organization for animals and environment? Is this
Greenpeace?
Greenpeace is one of them, but there's also this panda with the
WWF.
yes, WWF. Yeah, that's one. There are different organizations helping like that. And yesterday I met a man who is responsible for organizing apartments for homeless. So there are people working to make the world a better place. Rescuing people, rescuing animals, rescuing this whole planet Earth. So everyone is, some people are engaged in working like this to make the world a better place. Rescue mission. What we're doing is the Transcendental Rescue Mission, which has no beginning and no end. Practically, the rescue mission starts with Mahavishnu manifesting Mahatattva, all the material ingredients, so that the universes can take form through the Shakti of the Supreme Lord. In Vedic terms, it's called Vastu Shakti. So Vastu is the substance, what is real, and what is abiding, which is always staying there. You can say it's Vastu, or the Supreme Lord, is the potter who's forming the pot, but it's not changing. The potter is not changing, but the pot is changing. So the Supreme Lord Krishna is that Vastu. And then we have the Shakti of the Vastu. Shakti is coming from the word Shak, which means it means to act, to be able. So it is the energy which makes possible for the substance to act independently. Shakti. So what we see, we see the dead matter, we see the living entities, the jivas, and then above that we have the spiritual energies. The energies are working, Shaktis are working, and they are combining, and that becomes Vastu Vikar. And what we see now, everything is manifested. Our bodies are manifested, houses are manifested, animals are manifested. So now it's become Vastu Vikar. When it is conjoined, all the elements, the Sattva Guna, Rajaguna, Tamaguna, everything is working. It's called Vastu Vikar. So this is what we see in front of us. It's just Krishna's energy in combination, which is manifesting in this temporary world. And that has been manifested by Brahma. So from Mahavishnu, all the Shaktis are combining, and we have Sarga, the main creation, and Visarga, the second creation. That's where we are now. So all of this is taking place only for the purpose of saving the jivas. All this creation taking place. Everything that we see with our senses is only to rescue us, a tiny bit of the living entities. Remember, we are the prisoners. The majority, they're already out there having a good time. So we are the minority. We are the one who don't get it. We are the ones who decided to rebel at some point. Just think about that for a second, what it means. Just like we have the prison house here in society, they are the minority. So how many are involved in this supreme rescue mission? Let's see. We have the demigods. They are helping out in this rescue mission. We are, as Krishna explains in the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, that when we do our yajna properly, then they are providing everything. They provide the rain, the grains, that the vegetables and fruits are growing, that the thunder is coming, that the storms are coming, that the fire is working, everything. The demigods are there to help us, 33 million in total. Then we have the different avatars, keeping everything together. We have the Guna avatars, Brahma, Shiva, Vishnu, taking care of the principles of creation, maintenance and destruction. That's needed. We have the Lila avatars that makes the Supreme Lord attractive for the living entities, or else we wouldn't take notice. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna do my thing here. I'm gonna go to work, pay my bills, and die. But no, the Leela avatars are there to attract the living entities, to help them out. So the Leela avatars, we have the Shakti Avesha avatars, who are here to spread Dharma in any shape or form according to time, place, or circumstance, whether they are Parashuram is a Shakti Avesha avatar. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said Jesus Christ is a Shakti Avesha avatar together with Muhammad. Moses, what's the name? What was the name of that king? Fourth chapter, fourth canto. Also Shakti Avesha avatar. Prithu Maharaj, also Shakti Avesha avatar. To maintain the Dharma, to maintain our parampara. So you see, there we also have entities coming down, empowered entities to help us, to help maintain Dharma. And then on top of that, we have the spiritual masters also. And other avatars, Hiranyagarbha, no, the horse incarnation. Come on. You also read Prabhupada's books, don't you?
What?
Yes. Krishna has a horse incarnation. But Kurma, Matsya, Nrsimhadev, Parashuram,
The last one?
Kalki?
Kalki avatar.
Kalki, he will, he will slash and dash with his sword mostly. I don't know how much he will speak. He will ride on his glorious white horse and kill everyone. But sure, he will definitely start in new Satya Yugas. Hayagriva, thank you so much. Also important incarnation. So the Lord himself comes down in different manifestations just to help out, to, as it says in Bhagavad Gita, as soon as there is a rise of religion and a decrease of religion, I will come down myself to clean up the mess. But mostly it's coming here for the devotees. So see, and also we have the spiritual masters upon that. The paramparas, I said in the beginning before, main paramparas. And their acharyas, who are working very hard to keep the spiritual parampara alive, generation after generation, and it's even going on today. We're trying to keep Prabhupada's legacy alive as good as we can. So it's such a hard work to make us understand that this world is temporary and full of miseries, and that there's a better world out there that we are supposed to be. Just let that sink in, how hard Lord Krishna is trying to convince us that we're not supposed to be here. That this world is no place for any sane gentleman. As Prabhupada so nicely says in Bhagavad Gita. There's so much arrangements. Now we're dealing with temple arrangements, Sankirtan arrangements, kitchen arrangements, home program arrangements. So many arrangements. There's so much management, so much administration needs to put down just to make everything work. It was Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he said to Jagannath Das Babaji that in order for Lord Chaitanya's mission to spread out in the world, we need to make it into an institution. And Jagannath Babaji said it will be a disaster, make an institution of Lord Vaishnavas. Yeah, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, yeah, we don't have any choice. We must do it. We must organize. And you see, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur established Gaudiya Math. Went very well till he left and everything just collapsed. Material desires came in the way. Prabhupada, he understood the mission. He understood the desire of the spiritual master. He took it to the West, on his spiritual master's desire and established ISKCON in the West. And there's still problems when he left. But this is how it is. It is hard work. It was even hard work then in the Sun Dynasty. You see Lord Ramachandra, after he finally came back after 14 years of exile, he just wanted to see the mindset of the people, so he disguised himself just to see what the people are talking about. And just by hearing one man chastising his wife, saying that, and then mentioning that Sita had been in the house of another man. See, only that small thing, and Ramachandra immediately had to think about what to do about this. So there's never any lack of problems. You see, in the beginning of creation, even it's in the beginning of Bhagavatam, we can read that there are personifications of lust, personifications of greed. They are sons or daughters of Brahma, so they take birth there, and then they start their activities, and gradually through Satya Yuga we get to Treta, Dvapara, Kali. Is it from the beginning? It's there. So there's still problems today, but that is the whole point. There must be problems, or else if there are no problems, there's no real substantial meaning of the word surrender. Because the word surrender means to do what the Lord wants us to do, even if it is troublesome. Our greatest enemy, Lord Ramachandra, his enemy was Ravana and his army of Rakshasas. Our enemy is inside us. That's our enemy. It's our own mind. And we cannot see it. It's a very difficult enemy to conquer. And so, since we are in ignorance, in Tamaguna, means that we don't see things as they are. We think that what is right, that is wrong. And what is wrong, yeah, that is right. I am so convinced of it, and I'm going to act upon it, and I'm going to defend it also. Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to think. Don't change me. And so this is the problem with what spiritual masters have to deal with. They see these people, they come towards them, they want to learn. Amazing, great. We have people who get the point. They get it. They are eligible to leave this samsara once and for all. But then they do like Arjuna. Shishvate han shadamam prapapannam. Like, I am your disciple, I'll surrender unto you. But I will not fight. So you see, this is us. Yes, oh, Gurudev, I will do as you say, everything. But I will not do that. No. It takes too much time. Oh guys, it's so troublesome. My back hurts. Or sorry, I am initiated. I'm not taking the dishes anymore. Okay, leave that to the non-initiated. Excuse after excuse after excuse. So this is what the spiritual master has to deal with. And it's our pride. It's just our own false ego coming in the way. So the love of Krishna is just so close. It's just this that is in the way. How do we get rid of this? We have different aspects of Krishna conscious practice, which the spiritual masters have given us, which we should practice every day. to the best of our ability, making the best we can of every day. The number one is the chanting, of course. This we know. Prabhupada said that 95% of all our advancements lies in the chanting. Just let that sink in. 95%. What are the other 5%? Can you or like what is that? Is that the reading, or is that the prasadam, or the kirtan, or the Bhagavatam classes? Sure, it is. But it all starts with the proper chanting. You can chant properly if you get enough rest, if you read Prabhupada's books, if you don't eat too much, don't eat too little. You know, this is in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Health is the first principle of all, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has said. It is above devotional service, it is above scripture,
Oh, yes.
it is above japa. Taking care of your health is number one. Because if you don't take care of your health, you cannot do anything. And if your body is broken, if you don't have enough sleep, your intelligence is broken, then there is no focus. There's no, you're already in ignorance, basically. And the super soul is already troubled. As Prabhupada says that for the one who is performing so much austerity that it is torturing the body, this is ignorance. This is in the 17th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. You've probably read that. That there are those who perform austerities, but their austerities are just to damage the body. And that devotees can do that also. They just pressure themselves so much that it makes more damage than good, actually. And then it is causing trouble for the super soul within. It was like this, yeah.
So sorry to interrupt, Prabhu. You were talking about health is an important factor in chapter 6 of Bhagavad Gita. Was it for devotion, or like I did not get
No, it is for meditation.
Yeah.
Since Krishna is explaining about dhyana yoga, meditation. And there he says that this meditation cannot be done if you sleep too much or sleep too little. Or you eat too much or eat too little. Or if you work too much or eat or work too little. You cannot, it needs to, you see, you're dealing with the mind. You need this balance. And it's thank you for asking a question, because it's almost 9 o'clock. So it should be time for question anyway. Thank you for being awake. I see that someone here is sleeping enough, not sleeping too little. Yeah, so if you don't keep this balance, then you're already in ignorance. There's a great example of this. This was going on in the 80s and 90s very much. The devotees were pushed to the limit to distribute books in all kinds of weathers. Now the Prabhupada Marathon is coming, and devotees were put in terrible circumstances just to get these books out. I heard in Sweden during Harikesh times, they did not have enough housing for the devotees, so they put them in a Goshala. They arranged some plastic tents somewhere they could sleep in, like this. You know, there was no space. In November, can you imagine? And in freezing Sweden, you know, back then there were actually snow outside. You know, when I was born and when I was raised in the 90s, there was proper snow in November, December. So these were the circumstances. One of them, which books were put in them, and now they are like broken. You know, they cannot take any austerities at all. And it should never be like this. So we have to take care of our health. Then when health is properly taken care of, then we can chant, then we can read, then we can do kirtan. Then we can sit in the Bhagavatam classes without falling asleep. So that is there. So if if you feel that it is unnecessarily difficult to focus during a japa or stay focused during a reading, or that it's very difficult to stay positive and have a good mood and a good attitude generally in your service, it could mean that some of these things are not in balance. Often when we don't sleep enough, the tamagun is taking over and we get very negative, very complaining, and very. We don't have any tolerance. We don't have any persistence. We don't have any of these qualities. Often when we're tired. So I don't have time to speak everything I want to speak. What to do? Anyway, the practice is there, so that we can become Krishna conscious in this life. Take care of your health. Chant your japa properly, because Krishna puts all his energies in that holy name. Perform your service with a positive attitude and be grateful for what you have given. Remember, the minority of the jivas are in this material world, but there's an even greater minority in each universe, and that are those who have decided to exit the samsara. They are a greater minority. Like they are so small that I don't have any example even to say how small they are. And so take this opportunity. Don't take it for granted. Learn every day how to follow the instructions of Prabhupada better. If you are initiated, you should follow your spiritual master's instructions also, to the best of your ability. And don't compromise on them, because you see, it is only through the blessings of the spiritual master that we can do any progress at all. So therefore we must study Prabhupada's books to understand what he wants, because he knows what's to be done in this day and age, whether regarding how to preach properly, how to establish a culture and an environment to serve the Vaishnavas properly, with temple management, how to cook nicely for the devotees and for the deities. Different preaching programs, whether they are Fruit for Life or Harinam or book distribution, whatever they are. We should learn how to do these things so that Prabhupada is pleased by them. Then we will get his mercy. And with Prabhupada's mercy, Krishna has to listen. Krishna has to give them mercy. He has to, because Prabhupada is pure. And Prabhupada's service is directed to his spiritual master, and his spiritual master service is directed to his spiritual master, going all the way up to the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. And we know Srimati Radharani, Krishna listens to everything she says. Like, she has him around her little finger. According to Prabhupada, Krishna is the only one who can see Radharani's feet. No one else can see the Radharani's feet. Only Krishna. So the number third principle, offense to be avoided, is to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. Some of them can be easy to apply, some of them a little more maybe difficult, some of them may be more difficult, because it might, as I said, it might just be too much for us, but at some point we must learn to do that anyway. But when you have done that, it will be like no big deal. It's just that we think that these things are difficult to apply, but they're not. It's just our ego, our false ego, is creating this illusion that it is difficult or troublesome. No, they're not. I have to stop there. Sorry. Thank you so much for your kind attention. Any questions or comments? You have already started one. Very good. Anyone? Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Vaishnava Sangha ki.
Non, c'est pas notre pauvre.
Ok, parce que Prabhu, il habite en Sicile, je sais que monsieur.
Non, il y a un autre pauvre. Tu connais Jagadish?
Yeah.
Lui, je
C'est le frère de Jagadish.
Ah, ok. Vrinda Mata.